Dear students, welcome back to the session of mathematics today. I am here to teach you a very important chapter for your final examination. The name of the chapter is Quadratic Equations. As you all know, quadratic equation is one of the very important chapters for your board examination. Today, in this session, I am going to explain you about 1 marks or 2 mark questions that are possible from the chapter Quadratic Equations. If you ask me what is a quadratic equation, I always say that students, the degree of an equation, say ax square plus bx plus c. You have studied in polynomials chapter. A polynomial is the one where there is a variable. Say x is a variable here. X is a variable here. Say a is the coefficient of x square. Say b is coefficient of x and c is a constant. I repeat, x is a variable, b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square and c is a constant. Now, let's begin our calculation. I say, what is degree of a polynomial? Degree of a polynomial is the one which is the highest power of the variable. You have the power of x as 1 here and the power of x as 2 here. If I ask you what is degree of this, the degree of polynomial is 2. I say the degree of this polynomial is 2. So this polynomial is called as quadratic polynomial. I repeat, the degree of the polynomial is 2. So the polynomial is called as quadratic polynomial. I say this polynomial becomes equal to something, say 0. Quadratic polynomial is equal to 0. I say this polynomial turns into an equation because there is equality sign. I say this is called quadratic equation. Hope this is very clear. Now, the first and foremost thing what you have to study here is what is quadratic equation and its standard form. The question can be asked. The standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Hope you understood this. Now, I am going to tell you how to solve a quadratic equation. If you prepare for the final examination, you will have 2 methods which is very, very important for the final examination. You should be well versed with this. I say the first method as factorization method. I say factorization is the very important one. Second one is quadratic formula method. So quadratic formula method and factorization methods are the 2 methods which will be very, very important for you in the examination. I say, let's begin with one problem each from these 2. I have a sheet of paper in which I will tell you what problems and how you have to solve the problem. I take an example, x squared plus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. Can I say this is a quadratic equation? Yes, absolutely you can say this is a quadratic equation. I say this is a quadratic equation because if I compare this ax square, see in place of x square I have x square and I say this a is equal to 1 because there is nothing here in place of a. I say in place of x there is x, but in place of b I have 6, so b is equal to 6, and in place of c, hope you can understand, c is equal to 5. So it is very clear how to go with the terminologies. I say a is equal to 1, b is equal to 6 and c is equal to 5. Hope this is clear. And then let's get back to how to factorize this. You know the middle term and you know the last term. Always you should have this concept in your mind, a into c and b. You have to multiply a to c. See here a is 1 and c is 5. What is a multiplied by 5 if you ask me? I say this is 5 because 1 into 5 is 5. Always follow this methodology so that whatever the bigger number, you will get the answer for this particular factorization problem. Most of the students feel very difficult. It was there in 9th standard, but if you are a standard student, you are very good in solving this, splitting the middle term. If you ask me what is the middle term, it is b. And you know b is equal to 6, right? 6 here. I say b is 6. Now, the question is how to solve this. You have to take 2 terms. You need to take 2 terms. The multiplication of 2 terms should be equal to multiplication of 2 terms should be equal to 5 and addition of 2 terms should be equal to 6. I repeat, multiplication of 2 terms should be equal to 5 and addition of the same two terms should be equal to 6. If I say 2 into 3, I can say 2 into 3 is 6, but I want the addition of two terms as 6. So I go with 5 and 1. If I add 5 and 1, say I'm adding 5 to 1, 5 plus 1 is 6. I multiply 5 to 1, I get 5. So my concept is satisfied here. I have got two factors. The factors are 5 and 1. If you add 5 plus 1, it is 6. How to simplify that? See, I am simplifying this here now. Simplification of this is very, very easy. Write x square as it is. Split the middle term. The middle term is 6x. The 6x should be written as, see here, 5 and 1, 5 and 1. So you should write it as 5x plus x, and remaining is 5 is equal to 0. Hope this is clear to all. I repeat, x square is written as it is, 5 is written as it is, the middle term is 6x. The factor of middle term 6 is here. The two factors which you have found is 5 and 1. So I am writing 6x as 5x plus x. Now, clubbing the terms, I can club the first two terms and the next two terms. Hope you can see here the underlined first two terms, x square plus 5x. If you ask me what is common in this, I say x is common in the first two. So when x is common, say x into x is x square. So x remains here. If you ask me 5x is here, x is taken out, what remains? 5 remains plus. You know in x and 5, nothing is common. So 1 we should take out. I take 1 is out, remaining with x plus 5 is equal to 0. From x and 5, only 1 is common, so x plus 5. Can you understand that x plus 5 and x plus 5 are the two common things? I take x plus 5 as common. What is remaining? I remain with x plus 1, which is equal to 0. Now the matter is very clear. If the multiplication of two numbers should be equal to 0, I repeat, multiplication of two numbers is equal to 0, you should have either of them is equal to 0. Either x plus 5 is equal to 0, or you should have x plus 1 is equal to 0. If x plus 5 is equal to 0, I say x is equal to 5 goes to the other side, you get x is equal to minus 5. And then if you say x plus 1 is equal to 0 and I shift this 1 to the other side, I get x is equal to minus 1. My dear students, this concept, the factorization, was there in 9th standard. It repeats in 10th standard, and this is used in most of the statement problems to solve, which will be done in the next video. So be very, very clear about this. Factorization method is very, very important. And I say, by learning factorization, again I'll take the same problem, x squared plus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. I'll solve this in the quadratic formula method. So once I solve quadratic formula method, in both the cases, remember the formula has given you the answer, x is equal to minus 5 and x is equal to minus 1. In both the cases, you have to get the same answer. Either you do it by factorization method or you do it by quadratic formula method. Answer should be the same. Let us check it whether I get the same answer in the quadratic formula method. Okay, now let us see the same problem. I repeat, x squared plus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0 should be solved by quadratic formula method. As I already told you, a is equal to 1 because in the form of ax squared you have 1. B is equal to 6. I say B is equal to 6. And if you ask me what is the value of C, I say C is equal to 5. And then, as you all are very much prepared for solving this, first thing you always should remember is quadratic formula, which is very, very important. Let me write the quadratic formula. If the variable is x here, this is x. If the variable is y here, this is y. If the variable is z here, this should be z. So now this is x squared. So x is equal to, formula is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a is the formula, my dear students. This formula will give you minimum 4 marks in the final examination. Though you are CBSE or state syllabus student, this formula is having some kind of energy because from the whole chapter, if 1 2-mark question is asked, it is purely based on this particular formula. I'll tell you what this is converted into when it comes to discriminant, but now at the moment let us solve this problem using the same formula. I say this is minus b, so b is 6, it becomes minus b plus or minus root of, it is given b square. I say b square is 6 square minus 4, I have to write as it is, a is equal to 1, so I substitute a as 1, c is equal to 5, I substitute 5, whole divided by 2 into 1. Hope you understood the substitution. I repeat, the substitution is minus in place of minus. In place of b, I am supposed to put 6, I have put it 6. Plus or minus, I have written plus or minus. Root of b square. So b is 6, so b square, we have to write it as 36 in the next step. Minus is minus. In the place of 4, you have 4. In place of a, you have to substitute 1. And in place of c, you have to substitute 5. Whole divided by, I say 2 into a because 2 into 1. Let me come to the next step. Let us simplify this. How to simplify this? I simplify it as x is equal to minus 6 plus or minus root of 36, because you know 6 square is 36. And then I say minus 4 into 1 is 4 into 5 is 20. So the answer is 20 whole divided by 2, because 2 into 1 is 2. Hope this is clear to all. Now let's simplify this. Minus 6 plus or minus root of 36 minus 20 is 16 whole divided by 2, which is equal to minus 6 plus or minus root of 16. If you ask me what is root of 16, I say root of 16 is 4 whole divided by 2. After this is the very important step which you all have to worry about. Now you know that this is minus 6 plus or minus 4 divided by 2. Let's segregate this. How to segregate this? I say minus 6 plus 4 divided by 2 to the one side, comma. I say minus 6 minus 4 divided by 2 to the other side. So now this plus or minus is actually divided into two parts. Let's simplify the first one. Minus 6 plus 4. You know what is minus 6 plus 4? Minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. Hope you remember, if you are doing it on the paper sheet, in the previous problem of factorization, we got one of the answers as minus 1. The same problem will give you the same root or say same solution. Now, minus 6 minus 4 is here. I say minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10. Minus 10 divided by 2, you say minus 10 divided by 2 is minus 5. So the same two solutions which you have got in factorization method are occurred in this particular method also. So let us be very clear, though you do it in factorization method or you do it in quadratic formula method, answers are same, my dear students. Out of these two methods, one method at least you should be knowing, because most of the problems from quadratic equation chapter depend or end at this particular point. So be well versed with solving a quadratic equation by factorization method or quadratic formula method. In your notes or in your textbook, if there is completing the square method, you need not go to it, because out of these two, one you can pick and solve the problem. Let me elaborate more on quadratic formula. As I told you, I'm going to elaborate more on quadratic formula method. When you write quadratic formula method, I say x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. Now, this part, say this part, square root of b square minus 4ac is playing an important role in deciding the nature of the roots. I say if this is equal to 0, say this is 0, then you remain with minus b divided by 2a. You don't get two roots because you are adding only plus or minus 0. If you add 0 or subtract 0, numbers will not change. So it is very clear, if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, I say this is called discriminant. I say this is called discriminant, and this discriminant is equal to 0. Then the roots are real numbers and also the roots are equal. This is very, very important, which means you are supposed to add 0 to it. as you had the problem previous one, -1, -5 you got. You don't get -1 and -5 here. You get -1, then you get one more -1. You get +5, you get one more +5 because you're adding only 0. There is no difference in the roots. That's the reason we say b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Then the roots are real and equal. If at all b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, say if this is greater than 0, I should say 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Obviously, the value should change because you have to add some values which will increase the roots. I say the roots are real, but the roots are not equal. I say the roots are unequal. Hope this is very clear. In the first case, b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Roots are real and equal. But in the second case, I say b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Roots are real and unequal. Say when b square minus 4ac is less than 0. This is very important. When this is less than 0, I have to get -1, -2, etc. here. And you know, root of -1, you know it is not a real number. Root of -1 is not a real number. Root of -2 is not a real number. Root of -3 is not a real number. Any of those roots which you have are not real numbers. Let us make it very clear and specific that the root of negative values are going to give you imaginary numbers. So I say the roots are not real numbers. I say roots are imaginary. I say roots are imaginary, which means you have three cases for discriminant. b square minus 4ac is discriminant. I say if discriminant is equal to 0, the roots are real and equal. I say if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, I say roots are real and unequal. And if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, I say roots are imaginary. Let us solve some problems based on this discriminant, which are going to be very, very important. Now, I have written two problems on the board. You can see the first problem is 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Second one is 2x square plus 5 root 3x plus 6 equal to 0. I'm going to elaborate little on this. If at all nature of the roots are asked or say discriminant to find out. I repeat, one question you can expect on this. Discriminant find out ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? How to find out the discriminant of a quadratic equation or find the nature of the roots. In both the cases, you have to find out discriminant. Let's find out the discriminant. You all know discriminant is b square minus 4ac. Let's substitute. Here you have a is equal to 2, b is equal to -5 and c is equal to 3. I write the value of b here. b square is -5 whole square minus 4 into the value of a is equal to 2 and value of c is 3. So now b square is 25 minus 4 into 2 is 8. 8 into 3 is 24. I say 25 minus 24 is equal to 1. So, my dear students, what have we arrived at? 5 square is 25 or minus 5 square is 25. I know 4 into 2 is 8. 8 into 3 is 24. So, 25 minus 24 is 1. Can I say b square minus 4ac is greater than 0? Yes, because the value of b square minus 4ac is 1. I can always say 1 is greater than 0. Now tell me what is the condition I am supposed to write here. I am supposed to write discriminant is greater than 0. So the roots are real but they are unequal. Let's solve this particular problem. You know a is equal to 2. You know b is equal to 5 root 3 and you know c is equal to 6. We have written a, b and c in this particular order. I say b square minus 4ac is what I am supposed to find out. And you know b is 5 root 3. Let us simplify this. 5 root 3 whole square minus 4 into a is 2 and c is 6. I hope you can simplify this. How to simplify this? 5 square is 25 into root 3 square is 3 and you know 25 into 3 is 75 minus 4 into 2 is 8. 8 into 6 is 48. It is very clear. It is very, very clear. 4 into 2 is 8. 8 6 are 48. Now, if you simplify this, I say 75 minus 48. What number do I get is a question. Hope you are understanding. B square minus 44AC. In this, obviously, you get a plus sign. That means B square minus 4AC is once again, B square minus 4AC is once again greater than 0. Is it clear? It is greater than 0. So I say B square minus 4AC is greater than 0. And then I say the roots which are present in these two cases should be real numbers, but they are unequal. Dear students, as I told you, finding the value of discriminant and deciding the nature of the roots is the first kind of question that you can expect from discriminant part. But now, another part which is very important for state as well as CBSE students. I say this finding the value of K when the value of discriminant is given. They give the value of discriminant is 0 or say the nature of the roots they will be giving in the question paper. They say discriminant is equal to 0 or they say the roots are real and equal. Mind you, this point is very important. If the roots are real and equal, find the value of K is the question. You already know if the roots are real and equal, the value is B square minus 4AC is equal to 0. Let's substitute. Here you know A is equal to K, B is equal to 4, K and C is equal to 1 and there should be X here. I say A is equal to K, B is equal to 4K and C is equal to 1. That's what? B square minus 4AC expects. B is 4K, let's write 4K whole square minus 4 into A is K and C is 1. Let's find out the value of K if that is equal to 0. It's very important. 4K square is 16K square because 4 square is 16, K square is K square minus 4 into K into 1 is 4K is equal to 0. I say in this 4K is common. Hope you are understanding. 4K is common in these two and here remains 4K again because 4K into 4K is 4K square. 4K is taken out, 1 remains there is equal to 0. As I told you, either 4K should be equal to 0 or 4K minus 1 should be equal to 0. If I say 4K is equal to 0, then K should be equal to 0. If I say 4K minus 1 equal to 0, 4K where minus 1 goes to the other side is equal to 1 and K is equal to 4 comes to the other side becomes 1 by 4. My dear students, this is a question worth for minimum 2 marks. Be very, very careful about this question. And let us use the same technique here. A is equal to 9, B is equal to minus 24 and C is equal to K. This is an easy problem because you know that B square minus 4AC is equal to 0. And let's substitute minus 24 whole square minus 4 into A is 9 and C is equal to K is equal to 0. I say we find very difficult to say 24 square and I'm going it from the technique of writing this. Most of the students make a mistake. Minus 24 into minus 24 multiplication has to be done. Most of us do not know what is 24 square. Let us do the 24 square here. I say minus into minus becomes plus. 4 into 4 is equal to 16. I say 4 into 2 is 8 plus 1, 9. 2 into 4 is 8. 2 into 2 is 4. So 6 and 7 and 1. You get 5. 76 is what the answer for your 24 square. Use it here. 576 minus 4 into A is 9. So 4 into 9 is 36. K is equal to 0. Hope you are understanding this. 24 square is 576 and substituting it here 576 because it is minus 24 minus into minus becomes plus 576 minus 36K is equal to 0. Shifting 36K to the other side you get 36K and this is 576 here. And if you simplify, I hope you can get the value of K as 576 divided by 36. You can simplify this as you need. I simplify this using the number 2 initially. 2 2s are 4, 17, 2 8s are 16 and you have 8 again, where 2 1s are 2, 16, 18. Again, it can be simplified using the number 2. I say 2 1s are, I say 2 4s are, I say 2 4s are divided by 9. So 144 divided by 9. I have to simplify this using the number 3. I say 144 divided by 9. Using the number 3, I say 3 4s are 12, 24, 3 8s are and divided by 3. And you know 48 divided by 3 is 16. And 16 is the answer for the value of k. My dear students, finding the value of k is very important for this particular equation what you have, b square minus 4ac. Be ready with the chapters whatever is taught for this episode. I think it is very clear. I have taught you factorization, I have taught you quadratic formula, I have even taught you how to find the value of k using discriminant and finding the nature of roots. Out of these 4, minimum 4 to 6 marks you can easily grab. Be attentive, start studying this, use textbook, solve all the problems related to this, refer model question papers, you will be successful. Let me meet you in the next episode of Quadratic Equations with another statement problem session. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.